Which doesn't make any sense because my bedtime is really earlier than everybody else. Thank you all for coming. I have a lot of friends out here. Unfortunately, I've got 2 kids and they couldn't be here tonight. But that's okay because it gives me something to talk about. You know, I'm a single mom. I raised my kids all by myself. And when they were a lot younger, I used to get together with a lot of the single moms and we would sit around and discuss what had happened during the week. Basically, we had a little contest like who was like the worst mom in the world because we made such stupid, dumb mistakes as single moms. You know, double moms, you know, they've got more power behind them. You know, 2 moms in one, but we're just, you know, we're alone. So we were sitting around one day, and one of the moms said, well, my daughter came home from school today, and she got all C's and D's in her report card, so, you know, I got really angry with her, and I sent her to bed without supper, and every night this week, to bed without supper. Thinking, all right, that was a good punishment, you know, that's pretty good. So the second mom says, well, you know, that's okay, but my son was making fun of Melissa in homeroom, and the teacher called me and said, you need to do something about your son. So the next day being Valentine's Day, I made him go to school with flowers and candy and a card for her and give it to her in front of the whole class. Ka-ching, that was pretty nasty. And then one of the moms says, well, you know, that's nothing, I got you all beat. My son got karate kicked in the leg the other day by little Bobby Kogos, and he wouldn't get up, and he said his leg really hurt a lot. And so he's sitting on the couch, and he's taken off one day of school, and he took off the second day of school. And I said, all right, after the 3rd day, no, honey, you've got to go to school. This is ridiculous and not small, come on. And she says, picks him up, and she throws him in her car, and she drives to school and carries him into the 1st grade class and sits him down and makes him walk to his desk. And the teacher says, I think you need to take your son to the hospital. I think his leg is broken. And it was. I won! And I continue to try to hold my title. Like one time, I came home from work and I saw my son. He was sitting at the computer and he was like mesmerized by the computer screen. And I look at what he's watching, and it's porno. My little boy's watching porno, hardcore porno. No, I mean hardcore, like he's watching a whole squad of cheerleaders, you know, taking one for the team. The A-team. Give me an O! So nice. Oh, honey, what are you doing? I don't know. Sweetheart, that's disgusting. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Do you even know what the word disgusting is? Come on. I don't know. So I'm thinking, okay, it's time to teach my little Larry Flint here a lesson. So I have a photograph of me and my mother, his grandmother, and I rip our faces off the photograph and I ticky-tack them onto the computer screen, onto the bodies of some of these little pom-pom girls doing gymnastics. And my son looks at the screen, he's like, oh my God! Make it stop, Mommy, make it stop! Why? It's horrible! It's what? It's terrible! It's what? It's disgusting! Yeah, that's what disgusting means. The thing is that with all that, my son really never did stop looking at porno. He's still kind of an addict. But he never quite looked at me or his grandmother the same way. But I did try to make it up to him. From then on in, every time my kid lost a tooth, instead of finding a shiny little quarter underneath the pillow, not my boy, he found a brand new issue of Playboy magazine. Normal porn, that's right. My kids are a little embarrassed about what I do for a living. For those of you who don't know me out there, I own a lingerie store. Thank you. Could be Frank over here. His eyes are kind of rolling back in his head. Lingerie! Panties. But it's not that kind of a lingerie store. I have a very nice, normal lingerie store. My typical client is short, fat, and elderly, and you're not my typical client. And she's kind of gravitationally challenged. I mean, she could basically like reach down and scratch her knee and her nipple in one motion. And you know, you guys, you have it so easy. You want to go out and buy underwear, you know, you pack of tighty-whities and you're done, but not the girls. No, you know, ladies, we have to try our underwear on, right? And we're not talking like Girls Gone Wild picture here. Remember my customers. For example, the other day, Mr. and Mrs. Goldberg came in because Mrs. Goldberg's grandson was getting married and she needed to look svelte. Now, I'm talking a woman who's about 4 foot by about 4 foot. she's got hips about the size of a small suburb in Cincinnati. This is a big woman. And she says that she wants to try on the medium pantyhose. So I take her into my fitting room and I kind of brace my leg against the wall and I get her into a headlock and I'm pulling and I'm tugging at places that, quite frankly, not even Mr. Goldberg ever pulls and tugs. And I finally schlepped this woman into this panty girdle, and I mean, there's like mounds of flesh hanging up. And she says to me, "Does this panty girdle make me look fat?" No, sweetheart. Your fat makes you look bad. She said, "Well, I would like to get into a size small." Yeah, and I'd like you to get into a Weight Watchers meeting, but I don't think either one of those things is going to happen. And at this point, Mr. Goldberg says, "Darling, I would like you to try on this wonderful. It says here on the tag, it's going to make your bosom so cute and quirky and lovely like it was when we were married. First time out of the bag." And I said, "Mr. Goldberg, put down the Wonder Bra. The Miracle Bras are over there in outside."